Musa, Usman, Ndamba. First of all, I'm a pastoralist, indigenous person. Our organization is called MBOSCUDA, meaning Bororo Social and Cultural Development Organization. It's an indigenous people organization, and it's a national organization with United Nations Economic and Social Council status, as well as we are also an observer status holder at the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change since 2003. And I'm from Cameroon, so that's it. Thank you. First of all, before we join AFSA, even before then, fortunately, MBOSCUDA from inception is to maintain and sustain our culture. And you know, the cultural and traditional practices and knowledge of all the indigenous people all over the world is attached to nature and is attached to the environment. So we found AFSA and what they are doing, especially on the agroecology aspect, as a natural partner. We have not joined them because we like to join them, but we joined AFSA because we see that we have common objective, that is that of the integration of agroecology in all social and national aspects of our life. And that's why MBOSCUDA take upon itself to campaign nationally in Cameroon to make sure that agroecology is integrated into the main sectorial policy of Cameroon, especially on the MDC, the National Determined Contribution, and the National Adaptation Plan, the NAPS. And by doing so, it was not quite an easy task. Before now, I think there was a stiff resistance, especially from the government, the sectoral ministry, to understand what is agroecology. Because most of the time, the narrative from the government is about smart agriculture, or what you call the green revolution, or whatever. So, but this does not tie to our tradition. It doesn't tie to the fundamental principle of agroecology. But thank God now, through series of campaign, seminar, workshops, and sometimes engaging this government official on head-on, we have managed to get them convinced and understand the importance of the question of agroecology. That's why in this workshop, I'm happy to say that we have the Cameroon chief negotiator, the focal point for climate change, Dr. Kagome, who is from the Ministry of the Environment, is here with me in this workshop. That means at least that have moved significant progress for our campaign nationally in Cameroon. And I think after this workshop, we expect to even go further and see that agroecology is integrated fully in Cameroon national policy, like the MDC, the National Determined Contribution, and as well as the National Adaptation Plans. As I said earlier, the challenges are so many. First of all, you have other distractors or other agents campaigning. For example, when you are campaigning for the reduction of input of chemical fertilizer in favor of organic or bio fertilizer, you are eventually stepping on the toe of some big some big company, some big agent here, and you know what I mean. And this is not easy because this company, this big agent, they have powerful lobbies all over the world and all over the country. So to penetrate this system and also get your voice heard and understood by those key decision makers in the government is not an easy task. But today, as I said, at least for Cameroon, the key government officials have understood what agroecology is, and they are gradually accepting it. Cameroon MDC and NAPS is under review currently, and what we expect by the time we have the third revision of Cameroon MDC, we'll see agroecology fully integrated into NAP, and that's an achievement. And the other thing is that we're also using much media, and I think media is a powerful arm of even of the government, and we have a media group that we have organized with some. We have a WhatsApp group. We're calling them the Friends of MBOSCUDA, and they're organizing a lot of series of radio presentation, series of reporting on agroecology and the climate change. And these are reaching hundreds of thousands of people every day through this radio program and television program that we produce. And it is also going even beyond Cameroon. Yes, thank you very much. As I said, MBOSCUDA as a holder of UNFCCC observer status, we are in more regular contact, and we are regular participants of the COPs, that's the conference of the party. I think MBOSCUDA was in COP 2027 in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, where we have pushed very much for the campaign, especially for the adaptation of the loss and damage case. Even though we did not succeed in that in Sharm el-Sheikh, but it was finally adopted in Dubai in COP 2028. I think that was a milestone, and there was a lot of significant progress in Dubai in COP 28, where you find like the decision to reduce the transition from fossil fuel. I think it was a landmark decision as well. So we expect in COP 29 in Azerbaijan, which is coming up in November, to build on the achievement, on the progress that was made in Dubai, especially for the reconnection of the contribution of indigenous people for as far as climate change is concerned. For example, as you know, the indigenous people represent 80% of the biodiversity areas and or occupied, if you like. But there are just 5% of the world. So this is a very important group of people, as well as the indigenous people that we represent. The most vulnerable when it comes to climate change. For example, I'm a pastoralist, and each time you have extreme weather, like the extreme dry season, we tend to lose almost 80% of our livestock. This is a significant damage, and that's why we have been at the forefront to push for the adaptation of loss and damage article, despite the fact that till today none of us has benefited from this loss and damage. This is because it's sometimes accessing the finances is also one of the other big struggle. But we think we are going to get there, and we think at the COP29 we'll be focusing more on meeting up with the promises the developed countries are making to the developing country, especially when it comes to climate change finance.